Hi guys, welcome to Little Joys, and my name is Jody, and welcome to my channel. It's not just my channel, it's me and my husband's channel, and we share our lives on here, and we do product reviews and all that, but today's video is a little bit more serious. I'm going to be talking about my journey through infertility. If you've seen my video, if you're watching my video, you should check out Jordan's video where it's his side of infertility, and now I'm doing my side of infertility. It's been a journey. It's been really, really rough. I've learned a lot in this journey, and I'm grateful for it, and I just want to put that out there. And I'm hoping I don't cry in this, because I'm like emotional about it still, but I've tried to film this video a couple of times, and just it's been a little bit still difficult for me, but I'm in a really good place, and I just want people to know that if I do get teary-eyed, I'm in a really good place now, but it's taken me so long to record this video. If you guys don't know, if you're just stumbling upon this, or you're from Instagram, you guys know we run a shout out Instagram called Little Joys, and it's like really my pride and joy. I love posting those photos of Little Joys. I love hearing people's stories on there, and it's just wonderful. Like, I want to make that a career someday, just doing that, because I love it so much, and my heart is like 110% there. That, like, I just love doing it. But it's so hard when you're going through infertility problems and you're running a pregnancy shout out page. You know, when me and Jordan first started the page, we were like, within a couple of months, we're gonna get pregnant, and it just didn't happen naturally for us. And we went to a gynecologist, and everything that any blood test or any tests that she ran, everything looked like normal. So she ended up prescribing me on Clomid and Metformin. And being on those pills, it's been a journey. It really has been a journey. You take Metformin like throughout the whole month, and then Clomid, you take that on your like third day of your period. And the Metformin is like so strong. The first time I took it, my body instantly knew like that I was like, you put something in here. It upset my stomach so bad. I was constantly running in and out of the bathroom. That's a little TMI, but it is what it is. And it really upset my stomach, but I was like, you know what? It's gonna be worth it. I'm gonna have a baby. And then the Clomid, it gave me the worst heat strokes of my life. And I was taking it in September, and I would just go into my pool, and just as soon as I hit the pool, it was like, tss. It wasn't really like that, but I was just so hot all the time. I had like a little fan that I carried around in my own house, and Jordan's like, it's freezing in here. I was like, I'm burning up. And it didn't end up working, and I was sad, but I had saw in a lot of videos and a lot of people telling me like their stories that it took sometimes 3 times. So I gave myself this like goal, like it will work in 3 times. It will work the 3rd time, you know what I mean? And I think that was like a really unrealistic goal that I gave myself, but I'm one of those people, like, I get so obsessed with goals and stuff like that, and when I reach them, I'm like so proud of myself, but if I don't reach them, I'm like really, really hard on myself, because if I set my mind to something, like, it's going to happen. And the first time it didn't happen, and the second time it didn't happen. And I was also having like really long, like, I just want to put this out there, like, this is not part of like infertility, but taking those drugs can really change your cycles as well. Like, I was used to like a 3 or 4 day period, and I was having like 11-day periods, and they were like really heavy, and they were like, I was cramping the worst. So anyone who goes on those, like, I feel like you're gonna have the same. I don't know what will happen if you already have a long period, but that's what happened for me. And on the third time was definitely the hardest. Any of the times that me and Jordan have tried to get pregnant, I've always been like, I don't feel different. Jordan would always be like, do you feel different this time? And I'd be like, no, not really. But this time I felt different, and I was like, I am pregnant. I had a feeling that I was, and I just like had that in my mind, like, and I don't know if, and I wasn't pregnant, but I don't know if like it was so in my mind that I thought I was pregnant that my body like even went through like the sickness and stuff like that. I was getting nauseous over smell, and I was like, I don't know if this was a part of the drug or it was just in my head, but I really was like, I would have bet $1 million that I was pregnant. I just felt like I was, and I was 13 days late too, and I was going to wait till just October the 3rd to take a pregnancy test. And the reason I was going to wait till October 3rd is that was my dad's birthday. My dad has passed away, and I just thought, oh, it's a sign, I should take it around then. It would have been a really nice day to find out and stuff like that. Well, on October the 2nd, I started my period, and I was devastated. I was so upset. I found out at work, and I didn't want to cry. Normally I had got a little teary-eyed anytime I started my period, but I was like, this time I was just like 110% sure that I was pregnant, and I wasn't. And I was like, I didn't want to cry at work because I was like, I have to drive myself home. I didn't want to make, like, I just didn't want anybody, like, because I knew if I started crying, I wouldn't be able to stop. So I got, like, after work, I got into my car, I drove home, and then I went into my bathroom to clean up, and I started bawling my eyes out. And normally I text Jordan, like, hey, like, I started my period. I didn't even text him. Like, I kind of, like, ignored his calls and all of that until he got home, because I just didn't want to talk about it because I was that upset. And as soon as he got home, I started bawling, and he instantly knew I started my period. And I was just embarrassed in that point in time, you know? Like, I was like, I'm losing my mind. I'm sorry, guys, I'm like getting all teary. But I was like, I'm losing my mind because I went through all these symptoms. And I really thought it was gonna happen this time. I was so upset. And I instantly called my doctor, and I was like, hey, like, can we up the dosage of this medicine? And I think that that was also a mistake in that point in time, because when I retook it, I was just miserable. I think just on top of, you know, getting depressed about it, you know, on top of this medicine that has such like a strong effect on you, I didn't want to like leave my bed or anything. Like, I would literally go to work and come home and go to bed and then just do the whole thing over and over again, you know, because I was just unhappy. And I was just like really disappointed in myself because I was like, you know, I'm not getting pregnant. And, you know, I was like, what if I'm not able to, you know? I didn't want Jordan to be disappointed in me. You know, I wanted to be a good wife, and I just was like, he's gonna probably get mad and want to leave if I can't end up giving him a baby. I'm sorry. But it was like really a hard time in my life. And I didn't want to talk to Jordan about it at first because I was like, I didn't want to, I knew I would get upset and stuff like that. And I just, you know, I just didn't want to talk to him about it. And I think towards the end of the last, you know, of them upping my dosage, I think around then, that was when I just had a breakdown. And I just told Jordan, I was like, I can't do this anymore. At that point in time, you know, when we had started, when I had found out I wasn't pregnant the third time, I told Jordan, I was like, I have to take a break on Little Joys because it's just getting too hard. You know, I'm losing my mind. I'm thinking I'm going through stuff that I'm probably not or whatever. And I was like, I need to take a break off here. And Jordan ran it. And, you know, I felt bad because I went through this, like, period of time where I would look at pregnant women and pictures of, like, them after they had given birth. And I was like, I was just so jealous because I was like, you know, I don't know if I'm going to get to experience that. You know, it doesn't happen for everyone. And it made me really sad because it was like, am I now this like vengeful person? And it just made me feel horrible. But, you know, when I finally did decide to go back and start working on it, I had a lot of messages from women talking about how they had gone through similar things, and they're like, I couldn't look at these pictures, you know, I would see them and, you know, have to stay off social media because it would make me so upset. And I was like, that's what I'm going through. And I just felt horrible because I'm running this website where I'm promoting this and I don't want to do it anymore. And and then that goes back to like when I did the metformin the fourth time, you know, it was really hard and I had this breakdown and I told Jordan, I was like, I'm not happy anymore. Like, I've focused all my energy on this and it's not happening. And Jordan and me had a long conversation about things and I got to see his point of view of it, and it's hard to see someone else's point of view when you're going through your own. And we decided that we were going to be taking a break from really trying an ovulation test, and we were just going to enjoy our lives. The room that we're in now was going to be a nursery, but we've made it into like an office space and a little workout room. We have like a little treadmill in the back, and we just decided like our goal in 2018 was we were going to focus on us, and if having a baby doesn't happen this year, or if it does happen, we'll be just as happy, but we're not going to focus all of our time and energy like that, because I got to see how unhappy he was and he got to see how unhappy I was, and we had long conversations about things, and we're just in a better place in our marriage, you know. And I felt guilty about taking a break too, because it's like we have a lot of people online who asked us, they're like, oh, is it, you know, how's this going, and I just didn't want to answer those questions. And, you know, I just didn't feel like I didn't want to keep talking about it, because it's really hard to talk about infertility constantly all day long. And it was really hard. And I just want to thank all of the women who sent me messages talking to me or sending me messages about their experience on like struggling, because it really did make me feel better. And even though I'm crying right now, I really am in a better place now with everything, you know. And I know it doesn't look it right now, but I really, really am. Like, I'm really focusing on making me happy and having a good marriage. And I can't focus on constantly infertility things. And I know for some people they're like, but we want to hear about it. I had a lot of people that are like, well, you posted this kind of video on your channel and I was more into the infertility stuff. I do understand that, but I can't talk about infertility problems all the time. It's draining. Like, it's too hard. And I'm still gonna keep making videos about my experience, but I have to do other ones in between or I'll lose my mind, and that's not a good thing. But I do want to thank you guys for clicking on this video. I promise we'll have more happier ones here. And I just want to let everyone know, if this video comes to someone who crosses paths with somebody who is going through infertility problems, like, you're not a bad person if you get jealous. Like, jealousy is like a normal human emotion, and you just can't let it consume you. And I think that's the biggest thing I've learned. And I think as for, setting goals, some goals are not in your hands. And I think you need to realize which ones are and which ones aren't. And I think that was the biggest mistake I made, is I set a goal for when I would get pregnant in my mind, and it just sometimes doesn't always work out that way. And just because me and Jordan have decided to take a break on, like looking at ovulation tests and stuff like that, doesn't mean we've given up on trying to have a family. Like, I'm a firm believer, like, families aren't cookie cutter. Like, just because it works for this person doesn't mean that it'll happen for you. And just because we're taking a break doesn't mean we're giving up on trying to have a family. Like, I 110% believe that one day me and Jordan are gonna have a baby. I just don't know how it's gonna happen. I don't know if I'll be pregnant or will adopt or what, but I just am happy that I'm in a better place, and I'm just happy. So I just want to say, like, guys, if you're going through problems, like infertility problems, I'm here for you. And definitely contact me on Little Joys, our Little Joys blogs. I love you guys. Let's have a good 2018. I'm so excited for this year. Me and Jordan have a lot planned. We're going to be working really hard on getting our YouTube channel going and growing our Instagram. Like I said, I love working on Little Joys, and I love having you guys submit your pictures and tell me your guys' stories. So guys, have a great day, and I'll see you later.